Okay, for number 31, we are solving for x, and again, we've got to get rid of that radical, which is, in this case, it's a cube root radical. So to do that, we raise both sides to the third power. So on the left side, we have 5x minus 24. On the right side, we can use Pascal's triangle, the 1, 3, 3, 1. Or you can write it out x plus 2 3 times and multiply 2 at a time. Like the first 2 and then whatever answer you get, you multiply by the other x plus 2. Whatever is easiest for you. I like Pascal's triangle. So remember, third power means row 3, so that's 1, 3, 3, 1. So that's 1 x to the third, 2 to the 0, and then 3 x squared, 2 to the first, and then another 3 x to the first, 2 squared, and then 1 x to the 0, 2 to the third. So that, let's clean that up a little bit, that gives me that 2 to the 0 is 1, so that gives me x cubed, and then I've got 2 times 3, that's 6, so that's 6x squared. Then I've got 4 times 3, that's 12, 12x. And then I've got, this is x to the 0 is 1, so now I've got 2 cubed, which is 8. Okay? And on the left side, I have 5x minus 24. I'm going to move these two terms to the right side. So that will leave me 0, x cubed plus 6x squared. Minus 5x here would give me positive 7x. And then 24 right here would give me positive, was it 24? Did I copy it right? No, sorry, it's 34. So this is 34. Didn't look right. Okay, 34. So 34 right here would give me 42. So this one actually factors by grouping. Okay, you can do it that way. If it factors by grouping, then it factors in the box method. So I'm going to put x cubed right here. Just put the terms in order from left to right, descending order, like that. So in the top row, right here, you look for the greatest common factor, and it's x squared. Then x squared times something equals x cubed. Well, that something is x. And then x squared times something gives you 6x squared. So that's 6. And then x times something is 7x. So that's 7. And then always check. Is 6 times 7 equal to 42? The answer is yes. So that means that it's factored correctly. So this means that 0 equals x squared plus 7 times x plus 6. So from this I get that x equals negative 6. This factor right here gives me no real solution. Okay, it gives me imaginary solutions, but we're only talking about real numbers. So my answer is x equals negative 6. Okay, for this problem, they want you to solve for r when the volume is 15 cubic inches. Okay, so first off, we're going to leave r by itself. So I am going to, let me write it down here better. V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So I can divide by pi. And so that eliminates the pi's right there. Then I can multiply by the reciprocal of 4/3. So that's 3/4 times 3/4. So that what happens then is that 3/4 cancels with 4/3. You get 1. So now I have r cubed. Okay, so I'm going to take the cube root of 3v over 4 pi. So cube root of both sides. So that means that r equals the cube root of, now they want you to find the r when v is 15. So 3 times 15 divided by 4 pi. So I've got the cube root of 45 4 pi. Okay, so this would be the exact answer right here. And the unit is inches. But they want the decimal answer. So you've got to take your calculator, do the cube root of 45 divided by 4 pi. Now you've got to, when you're inputting it into your calculator, put parentheses around the 4 pi to let the calculator know that 4 pi is in the denominator. Because you got to put parentheses. So I have, again, I still don't have a calculator with me. So again, take out your calculator, punch in the numbers, and check the answer. So again, I'll give you that answer in class tomorrow. Okay, for number 33, we are multiplying two binomials. So again, distributive property. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times radical 2, or square root of 2, is 5 square root of 2. Then negative radical 2 times 5 is negative 5 square root of 2. And then negative square root of 2 times positive square root of 2 is negative square root of 4. And again, square root of 4 is 2. So I've got 25 minus 2, so that gives me 23. And then these two like radicals cancel out because I've got a positive 5 minus a 5. So 5 minus 5 is 0. So these cancel out. So my answer is 23. Okay, so for number 34, notice all the answer choices have x to some fractional power. So let's go ahead and change these to fractional power. So this is x to the 3/3, and this is x to the 2/5. Okay, so 3/3 becomes 1. So this is x over x to the 2/5. So remember, when you have a quotient with the same base, you subtract the exponents. So this becomes x to the 1 minus 2/5. So it's x to the 3/5. So that one happens to be letter D. Okay, number 35, we want to leave the 1/3 portion by itself. So the cube root portion, this part by itself. So I'm going to subtract the 5. So that leaves me with 4x minus 5 raised to the 1/3 power. The 8 minus 5 is 3. So in order to get rid of the 1/3, I'm going to raise both sides to the 3rd power. So on the left side, I've got 4x minus 5. And on the right side, I've got 27. 3 cubed is 27. So I'm going to add 5. So 4x equals 32. Divide by 4. So x is 8. Okay, for number 36, they want you to come up with the equation for this square root function. So that's the one thing, well, you could see they give you the two choices, the one with the a or the one with the 1 over b. I usually try to go for the one with the a. Okay, if I'm given the choice, I'll choose the one with the a. So remember, this is h and this is k right here. And this is x and this is y. So your g of x would be 5 equals a times the square root of x minus h plus k. So I'm going to subtract 3. So then I get 2 equals a times the square root of 3 minus 2, which is 1. Well, the square root of 1 is 1, so this one I can get rid of this. So then that tells me that a is 2. And that's what I needed in order to write my equation. So g of x is 2 times the square root of x plus 3, and then plus 3 on the outside because that's the k value. So there's the answer right there.